Well, my official title is key artist. Unofficially, I guess, or within Sideshow would be, on top of that, lead paint. Not necessarily painting everything, but coordinating, painting, deciding which reference we use, which way we go on a certain project as far as paint goes. The funny thing, I think my biggest accomplishment is working here, actually. I mean, I remember always going, it'd be so awesome to work in a place like Sideshow, because at the time they were doing Universal Monsters. They were doing the stuff that I was really into. But outside of Sideshow, I would have to say probably painting life-size dinosaurs. I mean, being a fan of dinosaurs since I was old enough to open a page on a book, and then actually taking it, full circle to working on a life-size, scientifically accurate dinosaur, painting and building. That was pretty awe-inspiring at the time. I think I'm a fan first. And the only reason I say that is because a majority of my collection is of other people's work. I would say, I love art books, conceptual art, whether it's vintage poster art, photography, even books that are, especially science books, anything. And that kind of takes it a little bit out of the realm of collections, but in a way it kind of doesn't. I mean, it's, I collect everything. Just to attest to that is I have a garage full of unpainted resin kits. I'm an artist, I paint for a living, yet they're not painted. And some of that has to do with, well, a lot of it has to do with because I'm painting every day and I don't have time to do it anymore, but I still collect, It's almost like, some people say an obsession, but it's the reason I collect isn't just to have. I'm not like, I gotta have that. It's because I appreciate what it is. What inspires me are, and I don't know if this is cliche or not, but it's other artists, to be honest. I'm surrounded by a lot of talent, and it's easy to just almost be, you become relaxed, being around talent. You almost take it, for granted, the amount of talent that you're surrounded by. But for me, always being, I've been into this stuff for years, and I think what inspires me is to almost step away from the Sideshow environment and kind of go back to my collecting roots, which is like model kits, some of the Japanese model builders. There's an artist named Takayuki Takia, one of the top designers, sculptors, not just in Japan, but in the world, really. There's some 2D artists. I could go on, but to me, I find inspiration in the Japanese. I think it's more so just because their ideas and their artistic senses are different than the US type. So seeing that, it's just like, it kind of opens up doors, and even just techniques. I mean, I can grab like a Hobby Japan or, a military Japanese model magazine, and even though everything is in Japanese text, I mean, their publications are always known to have beautiful pictures and concise step-by-step imagery. I mean, I could pick that up and just go through it like a picture book and see what they're doing and almost like decipher techniques and just go, wow, holy shit, that's what they're doing? I would have never thought of doing it that way. That's really where my inspiration comes from, it's, kind of just stepping away and seeing some of what other people are doing, really. What do I want to be when I grow up? First of all, I don't see myself ever being grown up. I guess the best at what I do, but that might sound kind of like a cop-out. There's times where I think, some of us will talk, and sometimes I hear people go, I don't want to do this, all my life, or what are you gonna, what about this, or what about that, thinking along the lines of the future. The weird thing is, I see myself doing this forever, whether it's, here at Sideshow, which would be fine with me, but I still even, say if I did retire or whatever, I still see myself, going probably, full circle back to making it my hobby. I mean, I don't ever see myself being not interested in this type of stuff. When I grow up, that's a long ways off, in my opinion.